I would like to request Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Department of IT/BT Electronics, Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka, to present the opening remarks.
Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka, Dr. C.N. Ashwath Narayan Sir, His Excellency Mr. Barry O. Farrell, Australian High Commissioner to India, Mr. Jeremy Wilmore Bedford, British Deputy High Commissioner in Bengaluru, Ms. Yeti Beram, Consul General of Denmark in Bengaluru. In fact, I was pleasantly surprised to see her attire today. So we really appreciate your gesture. Dr. Marjorie Van Bellingham, Consul General of France in Bengaluru, Mr. Akim Burkhardt, Consul General of Germany in Bengaluru, Mr. Jonathan Zadka, Consul General of Israel to South India, Mr. GertHeijkoop, Consul General of Netherlands for Southern India, Dr. Fanny von Hoyland, Counselor, Innovation and Science, Embassy of Sweden in India, Mr. Sebastian Hug, Consul General of Switzerland in Bengaluru and CEO of Swissnex India, Mr. Katsumasa Maruo, Deputy Consul General of Japan. He is also physically present. I thank him for being there physically in Bengaluru. Mrs. Meena Nagraj and her team, Mr. Jagdish Patankar and his team, Mr. Ekant and his team, and all the members of media. A very good afternoon to all of you and to all the delegates present here, both physically and virtually. I would like to give a detailed account of the GIA partnership and SLT. Had planned the importance of cooperation, collaboration and co-learning from global innovation hubs very early on. We established the Global Innovation Alliance program nearly 3 years ago, under which we now have ongoing engagements with 20 plus countries across the world. The types of engagements begin with high-level government-to-government interactions, and many have matured to long and productive collaborations and agreements for skilling, R&D and startup cooperation. We have set up a dedicated team called Karnataka Unit for International Cooperation to coordinate between the department and GIA partners to manage these relations. Mr. Barry O. Farrell, Australian High Commissioner to India for this meet. I would like to welcome Mr. Jeremy Wilmore Bedford, British Deputy High Commissioner in Bengaluru, and Ms. Yette Beram, Consul General of Denmark in Bengaluru, for having physically made to the event. Thank you. I would like to welcome Ms. Dr. Marjorie, Consul General of France in Bengaluru, Mr. Akim Burkhardt, Consul General of Germany in Bengaluru, Mr. Jonathan Zadka, Consul General of Israel to South India.
Technology Conference, the Bengaluru Tech Summit 2020. As a proud global innovation partner country, Australia's delegation of 180 policymakers, industry leaders, entrepreneurs and academics will be led by our Industry, Science and Technology Minister, the Honourable Karen Andrews MP. Australia is a nation of innovators and inventors. We're responsible for the black box, Wi-Fi and the technology behind Google Maps. And we continue to make world-leading advances in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, quantum computing and 5G, as well as the policy frameworks governing these. This is supported by our world-class education institutions, which produce some of the world's most influential technology minds, including Australia's Global Alumni Ambassador, biotech entrepreneur and patron of this summit, Dr. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the importance of new technologies. It's made clear that innovating with trusted, like-minded countries on critical technologies is crucial to ensuring a safe, secure and prosperous future for our citizens.
Day to India's premier technology festival, and one that is increasingly going global. And I was very interested to hear from Dr. Reddy beforehand how you are making an opportunity out of the COVID restrictions and the fact that this has to be a virtual event this year by reaching out even more internationally to companies around the world to attend this event later this month. A big thank you to the Honourable Deputy Chief Minister, Dr. Narayan, as well, for all of his work behind this important festival. Thank you also to the Honourable Australian High Commissioner and my friends from the Consular Corps who are here both virtually and physically as well today. The UK has Europe's biggest technology and data industry. This is something that is continuing to grow as well. The UK tech sector has great strengths in cybersecurity, coming out of the fact that we are the world's most leading international financial centre, but also out of the fact that Britain is one of the Five Eyes security partners and has centres of excellence in defence cybersecurity. We have also great strengths in AI and data, particularly coming out of the cluster around Cambridge and Oxford universities. And of course, we are also one of the world's leading countries for financial technology. Established relationship. Here in Bangalore, we have taken forward our tech clusters work, where we have launched recently a challenge fund to help deepen the AI and data sector here in Bangalore through funding the conglomerates, both from industry, the private sector, and from universities in that area who are looking to use AI and data to tackle the global issues around climate change and around COVID. We've also launched our tech hubs, which is a project and an institution to deepen the internationalization of the tech sector here in Bangalore with companies and with sectors both in Britain but around the world. Combat global climate change. We'll be doing that under the tagline of Building Back Better. Our Minister of State in our Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, Lord Tariq Ahmad, will be speaking at that event.
Remove my mask for a few minutes. Thank you so much for inviting us here. Esteemed Deputy Ministers, thank you so much. Dr. Reddy, indeed, also, Madam Mina, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for inviting us here. I can tell you that this is a very special time for Denmark in India in general, and definitely also in terms of our presence here in Karnataka. 1 year ago, July last year, we upgraded our trade council, which we've had here in Bengaluru for 20 years. We upgraded that to a general consulate. That means that we turn our presence even stronger in the southern part of India, and now we are an independent legal entity in Bengaluru. It gives us a number of opportunities, and I can remember last year when I attended some of the first events here in Bengaluru. I should be honest to say that we were probably rather invisible in a local, let's say, regional sense. So this is a very special day for us, and to be here as a GIA partner and in those tracks. I can also tell you, and it's 1 year ago where we actually signed our first MOU in smart cities between the city of Tumakuru, just north of Bengaluru, and Aalborg in Denmark, which is the third largest city of Denmark. That was a very special initiative for us. It happened so fast, which we didn't even imagine could happen so fast, and now we're working on the next level. These initiatives pave the way to do actual work, but it's a psychology that actually brings us into the tracks of how we're going to work together, not if we are going to work together, but how. And then I want to share with you, of course, also from an Indo-Danish perspective. In September, the Prime Minister of India and the Prime Minister of Denmark signed the first European Green Strategic Partnership. And that is, for us, extremely historical. It's so special that this just changes the way we are going to take the Indo-Danish relations to the next level.
Hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. Shubhodaya to everyone. Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Dr. Narayan, Honorable Minister Dr. Reddy, and Honorable Director Mrs. Nagaraj, thank you very much, and congratulations on all the efforts you put to organize once again a great BTS for all of us. Let me begin by being a little provocative, if I may. I often find it very ironic and amusing that people think of France first and foremost for fashion, art, art de vivre, cuisine, cultural heritage. I can understand it, of course, because of all that we sure have plenty, but one should not forget that France is also the second largest market in Europe, the largest concentration of global top 500 corporate headquarters in Europe, and the third in the world, and the first country for R&D centers in Europe with the best R&D incentive tools.
Respected Additional Chief Secretary Dr. Reddy, my colleagues from consulates from the European Union member states and other countries, Bengaluru Tech Summit team and members of the media community. Namaskar. Thank you for inviting me at the Global Innovation Alliance press conference for the Bengaluru Tech Summit. My name is Achim Burkhardt. I am the new German Consul General in Bangalore. My constituencies here in India are Karnataka and Kerala. I'm actually currently in Kerala for my official engagements and hence could not be present physically for the conference. Nevertheless, I'm glad to share that the German Consulate will participate in the 23rd edition of the flagship event, the Bengaluru Tech Summit, organized by the Department of Electronics, IT, BT and S&T of the Government of Karnataka from the 19th to the 21st November 2020. German companies have a significant presence in India. There are almost 1,700 German companies in India and around 250 in Karnataka alone. That itself shows the importance of the Indo-German economic ties, which we need to strengthen further.
And I'm happy to join this press conference. Dr. Narayan, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, thank you very much for this opportunity. Additional Chief Secretary, Dr. Ramana Reddy, thank you for the wonderful overview. I think this was very meaningful and actually you've saved me some of my remarks. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for allowing us this opportunity. Innovation and technology are key issues in the relationship between Israel and India and are embedded in every scope of our discussions, cooperation, when it comes to leader companies, G2G, and other elements. It is very difficult to compare, let's say, Indian economy when it comes to size and scale and the Israeli ones. And I think, especially in that case, we are very lucky that our economies are very much complementary, and there is very, very little competition. It would not necessarily be fair. In that sense, I think when it comes to innovation, this is a key issue that we try to promote as a cross sector, as a cross element of discussion between us and in different fields. We are proud for the ongoing collaboration and cooperation with Karnataka, especially in the field of promotion of innovation, and we are very happy to be active participants in the Bengaluru Tech Summit. I look forward to the upcoming event, especially in these difficult times, which is even more important to hold and to prolong such activities. And very much encouraged to hear that it is again and again being a source of interest by different elements, and especially in this time. This year around, we will be presenting two major activities within the Bengaluru Tech Summit. The first would be a lecture by Avi Jurish, the renowned author of the book Thou Shalt Innovate. And it would generally discuss the promotion of innovation. We've been discussing these aspects in different sector-related
Additional Chief Secretary Reddy, dear colleagues, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, namaskara, good to be here. Before I look forward to the 23rd Bangalore Tech Summit and assure you that we do all the things that my colleagues just mentioned and are going to mention, I would like to take you back 100 years to the year 1920. In those days, Bangalore was a small town, 240,000 people. India had about 300 million inhabitants, and the world was just coming out of a horrific experience, an unprecedented nightmare. I'm talking about the Spanish flu. The last victim of the Spanish flu died in April 1920. The pandemic killed some 60 million people around the world. 2.5% of the world's population died, 1 in every 40 people. And worse, nobody quite understood what was going on because viruses were still unknown. They wouldn't be discovered until the 1950s. Now we're going through another pandemic, but there's a difference. We know our adversary, a virus of only 15 genes. Its genome was deciphered within weeks of its discovery, and we'll have a vaccine in a matter of weeks. Never before was a vaccine developed so quickly. The global death toll of COVID-19 now stands at 1.25 million, tiny compared to the Spanish flu 100 years ago. The difference between then and now, and the reason I'm mentioning this, is in one word: technology. Science and technology make our world a better place. And as one of the world's largest technology hubs, Bangalore plays an important role in making our world a better place. That is why we're here today. That is the real significance of meetings like the Bengaluru Tech Summit. These are stops on the way to a better future.
Introduction. I would like to stress that Sweden is very grateful to the Government of Karnataka for inviting us to join the Bengaluru Tech Summit, a flagship event of international importance. This year, Sweden is organizing a panel titled Sweden-India Space Technology Collaboration for a Sustainable Future. And we will hold this panel to support ongoing and future dialogues and partnerships between Sweden and India. To give you a bit of background, Sweden and India have an MOU in space since 1986. Moreover, the Sweden-India Innovation Partnership, signed by President Modi and Prime Minister Stefan Löfven in 2019, highlights our joint intention to collaborate on space research, space technology, space innovation, and applications. Indeed, India is a prioritized partner for Sweden. Indian space expertise and technology is world-class. The first Indian mission to the moon, Chandrayaan-1, carried a Swedish instrument which contributed to our understanding of the lunar environment, a collaboration we were very proud to be part of. India's upcoming Venus mission, Chandrayaan-1, will carry a Swedish satellite instrument, which will study how the charged particles from the sun interact with the atmosphere and the exosphere of the planet. And this is truly exciting, and we hope that we, Sweden, can play a part in making the Venus mission a great and important success. And I would like to highlight that Swedish scientists consider Chandrayaan-1 as one of the most successful planetary missions in recent years. And we are extremely happy to work together with ISRO on a new exciting Venus mission for the benefit of science, relations between our countries, and the progress of mankind. And besides space explorations, a chief motivation for Sweden is to use space technology to implement Agenda 2030 and find innovative ways of using space technology to accelerate sustainable development. We believe that India is the right partner for advancing this work. I believe that together we can build a better future. Lastly, we're very happy and grateful to our Indian friends at ISRO, India Space Limited, Larsen & Toubro, and Godrej Aerospace, that we can make our session into a truly bilateral discussion and exploration of the future. And we invite you all to join our session on November 20 and learn more about Sweden's space sector, advanced space services, and S-Range, our International Space Center and satellite ground stations. We very much look forward to the Tech Summit and future collaboration. And if you have any questions about the session, you're more than welcome to contact me. Thank you.
Chief Minister, dear Dr. Reddy, dear colleagues, members of the media, Namaskara, and good afternoon. Many thanks for inviting me and my colleagues to share with you a few thoughts on the upcoming Bengaluru Tech Summit. First of all, let me thank the Government of Karnataka for this initiative of the Bengaluru Tech Summit, which not only brings together Bangalore's innovation ecosystem, but really also builds now a bridge to other parts of the world. Of course, this edition of the BTS is a special one in many respects. It's virtual, we have seen very many a strong international presence, but it is also a very special one for us, for Switzerland. And why is that? First, it is my great privilege to announce that the Honorable Vice President of Switzerland, Federal Council Ramana, has confirmed that he will address the audience with a video message. This is the first time we have such a high level representation at BTS, and it shows the importance that we want to give to BTS as a leading platform. Vice President Ramana is also the Minister for Research, Innovation and Business, and has been an entrepreneur himself, so he knows very well what he is talking about when it comes to entrepreneurship and innovation. Shanghai, and as I said, since 2010, one of them is us here in Bangalore. Since then, we have facilitated countless academic partnerships, brought hundreds of startups to Karnataka, and really brought both innovation ecosystems much, much closer together. Just this past week, yesterday evening in fact, we held a global virtual hackathon on education technologies, where we had Bangaloreans collaborating with Swiss and other hackers from all over the world. A week ago, last Monday, we participated in the Swiss Digital Days, a major platform with all innovation key players in Switzerland, and we brought actually a little bit of Karnataka to this Swiss Digital Days. We had 3 entrepreneurs and educators from Bangalore talking about creating digital learning spaces.
Minister Dr. Nara, Additional Deputy Chief Minister Ramana Reddy, and Director Mina Nagaraj, and all other staff of Bengaluru Tech Summit. With Japan, Japan thinks that important. Japan thinks that collaboration between Japan and Bangalore is very important. So especially the collaboration between the startups. So Japanese government set up a startup hub in the Central Bengaluru office 2 years ago.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, dignitaries. I would now like to request Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Dr. C.M. Ashwath Narayana, Minister in charge of Electronics, ITBT and SNT, to address the gathering.
Bengaluru Tech Summit. In this backdrop, today we have, because of their cooperation and support, Bengaluru Tech Summit has grown from strength to strength, and it has been growing globally with their support in a very big way to becoming truly global. And the kind of interest and support or participation so far been shown and being part of the program has taken us to this level. And we need to further keep moving forward. On this occasion, as our next is now the Bengaluru Tech Summit Global Innovation Alliance Partners. Today's function has been exclusively for the Global Innovation Partners, to bring in together our Global Innovation Partners, their vision, their thoughts, their commitment, how they wish to take it forward, in what way, So far the collaborations have been, are the MOUs been signed? Are the MOUs been planned to be signed? So what has been signed also needs to be taken up properly and see to it that implementation happens very effectively. We are very particular and we are committed to take it to a logical end. On this occasion, I would like to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Deputy High Commissioner and our Consulate General of Denmark. She was very frank and straight that we need to take it very strongly, the kind of interest we have a lot of interest and we need the same response from our side. We'll take it to all the levels, we'll percolate and take it to institutional level and not only just to the industries and startups. We'll extend it to all the levels and we are very keen that the kind of interest you have been showing from and we'll acknowledge in the same way. And we have the presence of all our His Excellency Australian High Commissioner to India, Consulate General of France, Consulate General of Germany in Bengaluru, Consulate General of Israel to South India, Consulate General of Netherlands to Southern India, Consular Innovation and Science Embassy of Sweden in India, Consulate General of Switzerland in Bengaluru, and Consulate General of Japan in Bengaluru. And our ACS to ITBT and Science and Technology, Director to ITBT and Science and Technology, and MD Kids, Srimati Meena Nagaraj and Reddy, and guests and my colleagues in the department and friends from media. Our global innovation partners have expressed which are the areas they are looking for the collaboration, how we can take forward in various fields. Each country has got its own strength, particularly in particular fields, which they are very keen and they want to leverage and take it in a big way. So we are here to ensure and facilitate that kind of collaboration between our country and various countries. And we want this place not just limited to our country, our state. We would like to facilitate the collaboration between various countries also to happen in our place. So there should not be any limitation for technology, science and technology limiting to any particular area. That is the very intention of Global Innovation Alliance, to facilitate the exchange of ideas, the exchange of innovation, and exchange of people, exchange of startups, and access to the market. Access to the market between various countries, and the kind of opening will allow and permit us to ensure the best things people can get it. So in this direction, we are willing and we have been working in this direction. We have brought in a lot of reforms, in particularly in these areas. The state government was very ahead of other states or other countries in bringing a lot of policy reforms, in particularly Innovation Authority for establishment of regulatory sandbox, ESDM policies, and Karnataka Digital Economy Vision Group for startups, and many other facilitating factors, skilled manpower, access to funds, collaboration, like this, many of the initiatives, and we have been regularly in touch with global innovation partners throughout the year. 365 days, we have been actively connecting with our various global innovation partners to facilitate and ensure the very intention, the very presence of your representative, the Consulate General, should serve the purpose. And we need to take it further higher in this direction. We'll take it and ensure, since the state of Karnataka has been very conducive in the numbers also, in the performance, in the numbers, and we are moving forward in all the competition. Even though there have been a lot of challenges, competition, this is a very dynamic industry, and it's a cutting edge technology. With all these factors in, we are still keeping ahead of others, and we have been working, and the kind of share of market what we have, we are very well ahead of others in particularly IT, ITS services, startups. We are the startup capital of India, Silicon Valley of India, and biotechnology capital. In biotechnology, we have a huge presence, and if you look at the number of GICs, GCCs, we have a huge presence, even the R&D presence. I was able to listen to all my colleagues, friends, the ambassador, the consulate generals from various countries, how they've been working in Bengaluru, in India. Many have located their offices in Bengaluru, and many of them are offices in elsewhere in India. But they've been showing a lot of interest and focus. Will respond in a similar way, more than what you can do. We'll be willing to do it from our side. And the kind of high-level dignitaries participating in this panel discussion also is very encouraging. The high-level dignitaries, the ministers from various countries, from various departments, they're going to be part of this program.
We decided to organize a separate press release for the GIA participation, given the huge participation for the summit this year, and we are very proud of the fact. I would like to start by thanking